4-1 win over Long Beach down on the island. And the Bobcats come in with a 3-18 record, good for 6 points. And they are in last place, but looking to have a fantastic affair here today as the matinee is underway from Norwich to Rose Garden. Big hit right off the bat there as Hayden lays the lumber into him there, sent Yannick flying into the boards. Hayden, the leading defensive scorer on the organization here for the Sea Captains, dumps it in, played by King. King wearing number 31, Billy Smith's old number. That pleases the broadcaster. Yoakum wearing number 31, Bill Smith's old number. That pleases the broadcaster. Out to center it goes. Bain sending it back in. Delayed offsides. We play 20-minute stanzas here. Icing and offsides are in effect. If it does go tied at the end of regulation, there will be a 4-on-4 sudden death or sudden life overtime, depending upon who you're rooting for at home and who you got a few shekels on FanDuel. Or whatever gambling app you choose to use. Sent in there by Schoonover. Schoonover with 14 points on the season and even 7-7. 7 goals, 7 assists. Very balanced player. Mr. Miyagi would be pleased, not squashed like grape. Kept in at the blue line. Nice job there by Bear to keep it in, letting the quick shot go. King went that, let that go by. Kept in by Moran. Moran sends it hard along the boards, chasing Bear. Rowlett picked off and sent back in there by the Sea Captains as they do battle along the boards. Bear trying to get it back in front, does so, but only Bobcats waiting for it. They send it all the way out. Looks like it might have enough on it for icing, but went off the netminder's pads there, so... Oh, did it not? I thought it went off the goaltender's pads. Maybe it went off the side of the net. Very interesting. I thought it went off Yoakum's right flipper there, but the ref disagrees with the broadcaster. We call that Tuesdays around here at the Rose Garden. You're watching Hockey TV, a matinee battle here between the Sea Captains and the Bobcats. The Sea Captains, their second campaign thus far. Brand new team last year here in the area. Really having a fantastic campaign and really done a lot to marinate themselves in the community here. My daughter plays for the Seahawks, which is the youth team here, as does Coach Cunningham's son. He plays on the Seahawks as well. His son, a squirt. My daughter, a bantam. But still part of the program, and the Sea Captains have done a nice job really bringing a lot of energy to the arena, changing the atmosphere here, along with the Norwich Hockey Club. Things are really going good here in Norwich. It's a good time to be a Norwichian, if that is such a thing. Bobcats behind the net now, trying to get the puck out. Good pressure there by the Sea Captains. In on it first there was Kinahan. Kinahan with 9 goals, 6 assists, good for 15 points on the season. A very speedy player who can really finish when he gets the opportunities. We've seen him do it here before. Bobcats try to connect on the outlet pass. That one goes wide of Yoakum. And touched up by the Sea Captains, so we get icing. 17 minutes, 38 seconds left to go here. In the opening stanza, the game just nicely underway. Still waiting on the first goal, so a great opportunity for everybody at home and everybody here at the arena to throw in $5 a man on the first goal. No good opportunities yet for either organization. They're feeling each other's out, as the broadcasters like to say. I never understood what that means. You drop the puck, there's nothing to feel out. Playing hockey, you know what to do. Getting the puck down low quickly there was Hayden. Hayden, a big, strong, very good two-way defenseman. Left-handed shot. Here's a chance now in front. Walking in. Just dragged just wide there. This guy had an opportunity in front. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, still getting over it. Nasty cold. A power play coming up here. I think guy was hooked on the way in. We'll see what the official has to say. Hooking is the call there. All right, so guy was cutting to the cooker, and the defenseman for the Bobcats got a little bit too much room there. That's Zach O'Neill, number 3 in your scorecard. He heads to the sin bin. 2 minutes for hooking, so to the power play. Go the Sea Captains, a good early opportunity here. Just 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the affair. The Sea Captains on their first power play of the day, looking to capitalize. Bobcats in the blue sweater, Sea Captains in the home whites. Face off cleanly, one back to Moran. Moran quickly moved it over for Mazur. Mazur back to Moran. Moran looking. Moran sliding it over. Mazur winding, shooting. Nobody in the eyes of the netminder. King there, a can of corn. For the netminder, Jacob King. And the face-off now will come to the left of King's side. That is his glove side. Catches conventionally from my perspective. Leaning in there is Essing. Essing won the draw cleanly. Back to the blue line, sliding it over. Here's Moran. Moran back for Mazur. Mazur off the boards for Moran. Nice job by Moran to keep it in. Good puck movement here. 2 for 2 on the offensive zone. Power play face-offs here which has led to nothing but puck possession as Essing protects the puck. Leaves it there for Makarenko. Sava Makarenko did a nice job going down and getting it back. Fell to his knees, kept possession of the puck there, but only for a moment. As the Bobcats send it all the way down, Litwin in on the forecheck. Nice job by Yoakum to come out and play. A good stick handling ability there by the netminder. Looking like Martin Brodeur back in the day. Here's Essing now. Essing over the blue line. Essing lost the handle on it. Moran keeping it in. He slides it over. Little bit of room there for Makarenko. Lets the shot go. Again, though, nobody in the eyes of the goaltender, so an easy stop there for King. These goalies at this level, ladies and gentlemen, you got to get somebody in front of them or you got to be banging in a rebound. A shot from about 20, 30, 40 feet away. Most times they're not going to get by goaltenders at this level. Never anything wrong with a shot on goal, though. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Please don't misconstrue any of that. Massengill going down low to block it. Nice play by Massengill. Back to the blue line for Hayden. Hayden poking it ahead. Back from Massengill straight away. Massengill sliding it over to the right boards. Good puck movement. Over for Hayden, letting the shot go. That was deflected on the way in by a Bobcat and sent all the way down. A nice stop there by King. Rosendahl deflected it on the way in. Good puck movement is still 50 seconds left to go here in what seems to be an eternity. On the power play here is Hayden. Over the blue line, cross ice pass. Did he gain the red line? He did not. Icing is the call there. Good puck movement there by the Sea Captains. Got a good scoring opportunity. A nice save there by King. Under 16 minutes to go here in the opening stanza. 41 seconds remain. And the man advantage here for the Sea Captains. Sea Captains 12-5 on the season. They're 2-1, which is overtime losses and shootout losses. I don't really put much weight into those because they're 3-on-3 anyway. 3-on-3. I said 4-on-4 before. Please forgive me. I was getting this mixed up with something I was doing the other day that was 4-on-4 overtime. Oh, the Norwich Hockey Club. They went to overtime 4-on-4. Big hit there along the boards, laying the lumber into him there. Peluso. Peluso looks a little bit lumped up, though, from the hit. Hopefully he's all right. He delivered the hit. He's headed over to the bench. I hope he's all right. King coming out to play it. King firing it all the way down. He may have iced it. Oh, no, they're shorthanded still, so no icing. I apologize. Picked up now. Back the other way quickly. Mazur. Mazur over the blue line. Mazur with a head of steam. Mazur pulling the trigger. Waffle save there by King. Bogdan Konev on it there. As the Bobcats come away with the Bobcats kill off the penalty now. Mastroni over the blue line, sending it in. A good penalty kill there by the Bobcats. Good puck movement by Norwich, but really only one decent opportunity. Here's Bain now. Bain trying to cut back into the middle, pinching in there at the blue line. Couldn't keep it in there. Smith as it's sent away back to the blue line for Moran. Moran over for Goodman. Goodman tried to go up the middle. That's read nicely there by the Bobcats as they intercept. Dragging it down now. That's Melanson. And if he's related to old Roland Melanson from the New York Islanders. Number 1 in your scorecard back in the day. Backed up Billy Smith on a couple of cup championships after Chico Resch was sent to Colorado. For their first round pick, who turned out to be Pat LaFontaine, ladies and gentlemen. So pretty good deal there, though. Everybody loved Chico, but you trade Chico Resch for Pat LaFontaine when you got Billy Smith on the roster any day of the week. So another one, brilliant move by the great GM Bill Torrey back in the day. As the Bobcats trying to get the puck out, can't do so. Kept in nicely there. Good show of strength there by Loftus. As the puck gently rolls on to King. King covers up. No harm, no foul. Stick broken in the corner there for the Bobcats, I think. 14 minutes, 6 seconds left to go here. In the opening stanza, you're watching Hockey TV. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you today. Face off deep in the Bobcat zone. Bobcats win it cleanly. Back to the netminder King. He'll just hold on. They'll do it again. Smart play there by the goaltender. Just said, you know what, I'm just going to hold on here. And we'll do this again. Bobcats win the draw. Send it hard around. There's Litwin, Litwin in the corner. Litwin trying to come away with it. Bobcats looking to break out. Norwich not giving him any room to go right up the middle. As that one was read like a fine piece of literature there by Holton. There's Holton now pinching in. That one's going to go over the glass and out of play. 13:43 left to go here. In the opening stanza, a couple of whistles now, so the game's slowing down a little sluggish, like a wet sponge right now. As the face-off is coming deep in the Bobcat zone as Essing is leaning in to take the draw. And behind the net and picked up there quickly by Johnson. Johnson trying to move the puck around, kept in nicely there. At the blue line by Massengill. Massengill sent it behind the net and comes out to center. Knocked down by Moran. Moran cross-ice pass. It's sent in on the netminder King. King leaves it there for his defenseman. Forecheck being established here by Norwich as they cause a turnover. Cleared but not out. Letting the shot go steered aside. There's Massengill. Got a quick, hard, low shot off there. You don't always have to get the big wind-up. Just get it quickly on net. Good things can happen. Nice job there by Massengill. Sent all the way down. Looks like we're going to have another icing. The Bobcats having trouble getting out of their own zone right now. Ice the puck yet again. Good job by Norwich. In on the forecheck, creating a lot of pressure and a lot of causing the Bobcats, what I should say, to expend a lot of energy to get the puck out. Clean win by Norwich. Back to the blue line, letting the shot go at a man in front there. That was Loftus. Then we see Norwich on the face-off win. They've won, I would say, about 3/4 of the face-offs here in the opening stanza as it's sent in. Makarenko thought he was offsides, but he is onside, says the official. Official says play on. Perhaps the official wants to get to happy hour. It is Friday. Well, he's got plenty of time for that. This was a noon start, high noon, the way John Wayne would have done it. Behind the net, trying to get it back in front. Bobcats trying to go out along the boards. Down the right wing they go. Mastroni. Mastroni with 5 goals on the season, 14 points. Third leading scorer here for the Bobcats organization. On it now is Bear. Here comes Bear now with a head of steam 1-on-4. Bear, nice toe drag around the defenseman. Walking in, pulling the trigger. King did a nice job to close the wheel. What a nice move there by Bear. Keegan Bear with a nice move. He walked in, he was all alone. He's like, the heck with it. I'm not going to wait for the cavalry. I'll be the cavalry. Sometimes you got to be your own cavalry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't advise it, but looks like we got a cross-check coming up here. I think it's going to be against Makarenko. Number 10 in your scorecard, wearing Pavel Bore's old number, Sava Makarenko. Headed to the sin bin. 2 minutes for cross-checking. So, under 12 minutes to go now. A power play here for the Bobcats. Litwin leaning in to take the draw. Litwin against Jamison Bain. Bain wins it cleanly. Litwin on it in the corner. Got it there. The Bobcats with it now. Back to the blue line. Give and go. Off the boards, letting the shot go. Nice waffle save there, Yoakum. That was a nice shot there. That was labeled for the top corner. Yoakum did a nice job to get low, get the waffle high. Bobcats retain possession now behind the net, trying to get it back in front. Circling the wagons behind the net. They got good movement there. 2 men cutting to the cooker. Tried to get it there. A nice job there by Hayden getting the stick in the passing lane. Yannick now keeping the puck in for the Bobcats. Here's Yannick. Yannick down the right wing. Couldn't get to it, but kept in nicely there by Paul Johnson, excuse me. I apologize. Cross-ice pass. Letting the shot go. Nice job there by Dutcher. To get over and get the stick in the shooting lane. Kept in. Nice job by the Bobcats. That's Yannick. Keeping the puck in. Yannick got it back now. Yannick sliding it over. Kicking it to himself there was Johnson. Johnson under a lot of pressure. Good job there by Norwich to come away with a chance for a 3-on-1 shorthanded. Hops over the stick of Bain, and he'll get some fresh legs out there. Some fresh captains, if you will. Always good to order a fresh captain, ladies and gentlemen. I got a wedding I'm going to right after this. I might be ordering myself a captain tonight. We'll see, though. I got to head back home right after. Got to be here 8 a.m. for Mites tomorrow. Kept in now by the Bobcats as they play catch. Along the boards turning, trying to send it down low. Bobcats back to the blue line. It goes now, winding, shooting. Oh, that one buzzed the tower there. As Johnson got a lot on it. 25 seconds remaining in the man advantage here for Bay State. Up along the boards it goes now. Litwin down the right wing. Coming over quickly there was Hamilton. Hamilton doing a nice job taking away the real estate along the boards. Kept in, but only momentarily. As the Sea Captains come away with it here. I think there's a delayed offsides. After saying the Bobcats may have touched it up. 10:07 left to go here. In the opening stanza, still a scoreless affair. So if you got the under in Vegas right now, feeling pretty good about things. Leaning in to take it now. That's Quinton Olson. Number 24 on your scorecard. Still 8 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Bobcats. Bobcats trying to get it out. They do get it out to center. Sent back in by Norwich. That's going to do it. A good penalty kill. So neither team could capitalize on the first period power plays here. As the score remains 0-0, or love, as they say. I don't know if they call it love in soccer. I don't think they do. I haven't watched much of the World Cup, to be honest with you. Not that I'm like, oh, soccer this or soccer that. Just haven't gotten around to it. It's hard to watch soccer during football season and hockey season. For me, Mr. American. Along the boards now, trying to get it out. Kept in nicely there by the Bobcats as they slide it over. Sidestepping the hip check there as Goodman had him lined up. Back the other way now. Here's Smith. Smith sends it in. He gives chase himself. Smith in on the forecheck. Smith, the aggressive forecheck there as he went diving into the corner, caused it to be dislodged. Nice job there by Darryl Smith. There's Darryl Smith and his other brother Darryl. Trying to get the puck out. Kept in nicely. Pinching in along the boards there. All the Sea Captains as they're applying some pressure. It's sent all the way down. Looks like it's going to go for icing yet again. Just under 9 minutes left to go here. In the opening stanza, 0-0 is the score. Who's winning? The Bears. You're watching Hockey TV. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you today. We are now just about 2 weeks from Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Are we exactly 2 weeks from Christmas? Just about, right? 9 plus 14 is 23. So, yeah, we're right there. 2 weeks from Sunday, I guess, right? Christmas on Sunday this year? I don't even know. I should know these things. Face-off won by Norwich. Back to Massengill, letting the shot go. Saved by King. Another clean face-off win by Norwich. This time Kinahan won the draw very cleanly. Donzala out there. Angelo Donzala. Number 13 in your scorecard. He's from Bolzano, Italy. That's got to be cool. Kind of like Kobe Bryant. Trying to get the puck out. Nice job there by Donzala. Donzala to keep it in. Zeller, excuse me, I apologize. Got it behind the net now. Bouncing puck on it there first was Essing. Essing lost the handle on it on the wraparound. Nice stop by King. And a quick shot off there. There's Zeller. Kicked it to himself. Cleared and out to center. Away come the Bobcats now. Essing on the back check. Getting a chunk of them. Fighting through the check. Getting it in front. Cutting to the cooker there was Jordan Griffith. Couldn't connect. As Norwich comes away with it. On it now is Essing. Essing lost the handle on it. Here's Essing now. He sends it back out to center. Sent back in. The save by Yoakum. Norwich trying to come out of their own zone. With exactly 8 minutes left to go here in a scoreless opening stanza. That one looks like it's going to go for icing. Well, icing happened when the puck go down bang before the other guy. And my harm come go up. You know the rest of the story, ladies and gentlemen. The great rookie goaltender, Denny Lemieux. Had that brilliant campaign. I believe it was 1977. I have to look that up. I don't know when the movie came out. 78, 77. Oh, boy, I'll tell you, that was the golden years of Hollywood. You had Rocky, you had Star Wars, you had The Godfather, Slapshot, The Sting. Just to name a few. Chipped in now. Bouncing puck. Bobcats get the quick shot on goal. A tough angle there. I think that was Nazar. Was that number 9? No, it was number 8. I apologize. That was Jonah Bird. Bird with a nice shot there off the boards. He was falling towards his left, towards the boards. He got a nice wrist shot off. Good job. Omar Ukda leaning in to take the face-off here for Bay State. Face-off deep in the Norwich zone to the right of the netminder Yoakum. That's his waffle side. He catches conventionally from my perspective. Rick DiPietro would disagree. And, of course, the great Darren Pupa did not see things that way. There's a lot of lefties in the NHL now, so I can't keep track anymore. It used to be a novelty. Being over 6'3" was a big novelty like Pupa was. Walking in now, Peluso. Peluso behind the net. Peluso protecting the puck there. He's got a Bobcat draped all over him. Coming over to help out there is Bear. Bear and Peluso doing battle along the boards there. Ukda coming over. They head back for Hayden. Hayden letting the shot go. That went off the waffle straight up in the air. Dangerously went right over the crossbar. There's Hayden now. Hayden getting the shot off. Lurking there was Bear at the back door just for a moment. That was more of a shot pass or a pass shot, depending upon what hemisphere you're watching the game from. 7:05 left to go here. Face off deep in the Bobcat zone. Looks like it's being switched up here. Back to the other side now. It's going to be to the right side of the netminder. That is his waffle side. Again, another face-off win. Good puck movement. Tic-tac-toe bouncing around loose. They jam at it. Still loose, jamming at it a third time there. As the netminder King was down on his back. They won the face-off, got it down low. And lurking there was Bear. And Makarenko had a couple of chops at it. King made a save or two down low. Great opportunity there for Norwich, their best of the afternoon. Now we see Norwich starting to pick up the pace here a little bit, finding their sea legs, if you will. Pun intended. Back down now, Mazur. Mazur at center ice. Over from Makarenko. Makarenko hard off the glass there. I think that went off the linesman. Linesman Bernstein wasn't too happy with Makarenko. He said, come on, guy, you don't have to fire it at me. Unfortunately, he's just a linesman, doesn't have the yellow stripes on his arms, nothing he could do. Schoonover sending it back, and the Bobcats look to regroup. They send it in. Mazur chasing it down now with 6 minutes to go and 6 seconds. Mazur rounding the net like Bobby Orr. Coming through the neutral zone with a head of steam. Mazur with a nice move there, jumping around, winding, shooting, letting the howitzer go. That went off the waffle straight up in the air. Leaping at it there was Goodman as he came by, but couldn't corral the puck. Nice rush there for the Sea Captains. Really laid into that one. Got a lot on it. Along the boards now. Bobcats, Konev. Konev trying to get it out. Goes right up the gut. Looks like we got another icing call. This stanza really leading the league in icings. As the Bobcats ice the puck again. 5 minutes, 37 seconds left to go here. In the opening stanza, still waiting on that first goal. Still an opportunity for everybody at home and everybody in the arena. Throw in $5 a man on the first goal. You know, you win it. You win the pool, then you're buying pretzels at the end of the first period. Or you're sending somebody to buy pretzels. The winner never actually has to go to the concession stand. They just hand over the money and say, here's the next round. Behind the net now, Sea Captains got it out in front dangerously there. Coming over with Schoonover. Blocked that aside for the Bobcats as the Bobcats Konev behind his own net. Under duress there is Guy. Was applying a little bit of pressure. Quick shot. Doesn't get through. Now we see the Sea Captains again applying the forecheck that's been becoming more and more effective as the period is wearing on. Bobcats, like I said earlier, expending a lot of energy just to try and get the puck out. The Sea Captains win the puck again. That one bounced in on King. Got the right flipper on it. And no icing as it's waved off. Bobcats have been hanging on. They got backs against the ropes here as Norwich really starting to pick up the pace here and apply pressure. Down the right wing, they come with Edestein, now Holton. Holton dumping it in. First on it there, the Bobcats, Rosenhall. Rosenhall sending it up along the boards for Johnson. Bobcats trying to come away with it, they do. Johnson down the left wing. Hounded from behind, protecting the puck. Might have a 2-on-1 here. Had a man in front. Still does getting the shot off. Yoka making the save, the point blank save. Big collision in front of the netminder there as Johnson is sent down on his bum. Oh, nice stop there by Yoakum. And suddenly that developed into a 2-on-1. Well, the Bobcats looked like an innocent rush. They had a 2-on-1 down low and got the shot on goal. Nice stop there by Yoakum. Back to the blue line it goes now, letting the shot go. That hit a Bobcat on the way in. May have caught him in the whisker. Rossingel shakes it off. Bain now trying to collect the puck. Lost the handle. Essing, excuse me. Now it's sent ahead, trying to hit the home run ball. That's intercepted nicely there by Loftus. Loftus up quickly now for Essing. Essing lost the handle on it. Donzella with it now. Donzella for Kinahan. Kinahan down the left wing. Kinahan trying to thread the needle. Trying to make himself the thread and go through like the Bobcat needle. I don't know what the top of the needle hole is called. I guess it's needle hole. There's probably a term for it. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, feel free to let me know. If there's any seamstresses out there. Or tailors. My grandfather was a tailor. He used to make suits and things of that ilk. For Grossman Clothing back in the day. Back in Queens. Back in Jackson Heights. Couldn't remember the town for a second. Trying to get it back in front. That went off Yoakum. Yoakum sliding off the goal line. As quickly cutting in was O'Neal on the rebound. A nice stop there by the netminder. With 3 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here. in the opening stanza. You're watching Hockey TV. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. Sea Captains Hockey, a matinee, ladies and gentlemen, which is French for afternoon, as far as I know. As far as you know, as far as anybody knows, I believe it was the great Jean-Paul Sargon who once said. How do you spell Sargon? Bouncing puck, turning, wheeling, and that just missed there. As the puck found its way there to Bird. For the Bobcats. Bobcats with a couple of opportunities here. The last couple of minutes. Most of the play's been in their end for the majority of the period, but you know what? It's 0-0. That's the only stat that matters. Konev putting the brakes on, sending it hard around, pinching in Moran. Moran kept it in. Nice job by Moran to keep it in. That's sent back out by the Bobcats now. Away they come now. Ukta. Ukta down the right wing, left it there for Nazar. Nazar trying to run the gauntlet. Nazar ran out of space, got it right through the goal mouth. Nobody home. Cleared and not out. Kept in nicely there at the blue line as Johnson came in with speed. Johnson goes around the net. Tough angle shot there. That hit a body in front. Ended up behind the net. They're digging. They're mucking. They're doing their homework. Trying to get it in front now. Sea Captain's getting low. The low man always wins as Massengill retrieves it in the corner. Cleared but not out. A nice move there by Johnson. Johnson wheeling and dealing. Johnson got it down low now on the backhand. Swiped aside there as Moran said, get that out of here. Through the right wing they go now. Norwich getting it out to center. Go for a player chances. The Bobcats corral the puck there. Johnson left it there for Ukta. Ukta took a big hit there. Laying the lumber into him there was Goodman. Along the boards now with under 2 minutes to go. They're digging and mucking as the Bobcats come away with it. But here come the Sea Captains now through the neutral zone, down the right wing. Sending it in just on sides as Goodman was flying across the blue line. I thought he might have been offsides. The ref said game on. Back the other way now. Bobcats trying to hit the home run. Nice job there by Mazur to get just enough of it to deflect it wide as Smith came back and gave his best Paul Bunyan interpretation there. With a nice chop across the stick there to break up that play. Dutcher laying the lumber into him behind the play. Big hit there. As Litwin sent Goodman flying. Now the physicality starting to open up a little bit. Litwin with another big hit now, this time in the offensive zone, causing the turnover as the Bobcats try to step to the outside. Great job there by Dutcher to take the body and let the puck go. Here's Yannick now. Yannick, the leading defensive scorer on the team with a goal and 4 assists. Send it in on Yoakum. Last minute to play now in the period. The Bobcats starting to feel the energy here a little bit as Schoonover behind the net. Tried to get it back to the blue line. Good stick in the passing lane there by Guy. A nice little thing there by Guy. There's the little things that really add up. Having you stick in the passing lane like that. A nice job there by Andre Guy. Sent out to center now with 35 seconds to go. Hayden's got a lot of room down the left wing. They gave him that much space. He's going to take it. Hayden now getting the Jets going. Hayden putting on the brakes there like Maverick, hoping Jester would go right by. Left it for Holton. Holton back to Hayden. Hayden cross-ice pass. Letting the shot go. A couple of bodies in front of the eyes there of the netminder King. Nice stop there by King with 16 seconds left to go. Here in a scoreless opening stanza. One more face-off, maybe 2 here. We'll see. Maybe 3. Maybe the face-offs are going this period. Deep in the Bobcat zone to the left of the netminder King. Jacob King's been tested. Jacob King has been very good. He brought his number 2 pencil. He's filling it in. He's making his marks full and dark. Face-off to the left of King. One there. By Norwich, letting the quick shot go. That one just buzzed the tower there as it went by the ear hole of the netminder. His arm just duck and cover there. Stop, drop, and roll, as they used to say. Nice face-off win again by Norwich. Norwich dominating the face-off dot. Winning once again that time. Essing got it back to Hayden. Hayden letting the shot go. The rebound, they score! Jack Kinahan. A huge goal there for Norwich. With just 5 seconds left to go here in the opening stanza, they won the face-off yet again. Got it back to the blue line. Hayden let the shot go. Kinahan got to the cooker. He buries the biscuit for the Sea Captains. His 10th of the season. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, that's a huge goal there. Boy, I'll tell you, Bobcats had to be thinking we're going to get out of the stanza 0-0. And then there was one more icing, and then a couple of face-off wins by the Sea Captains and Kinahan. That's a huge goal. Quickly now, one more chance down the right wing to the forehand. Big stop by King as the buzzer sounds as Hayden came flying in. Boy, goals you get wins. It's not rocket science. It's puck possession. All right. Ref drops the puck, and we're underway. The second stanza between the Bobcats and the Sea Captains here on Hockey TV. Bobcats looking to get the equalizer here as they send the puck in. They did win the faceoff. Now they got the puck deep in the Sea Captain zone. It's chipped away to center. Quickly on it there is Bain. Jamison Bain giving chase. That's not going to be an icing. Gotten to there by Yannick. Yannick sending it hard around. Johnson got it. I thought Johnson had a real good period. And Dutcher sending it back in. There's Johnson now, number 14 in your scorecard. That's Paul Johnson. They send it out. Looks like it's going to go for icing to start off the period. Why not? Pick up right where we left off. Paul Johnson from Windsor, Ontario, the same area Matty Martin is from. Collision there along the boards. Cooler heads prevail there as Mastroni got mixed up there with a couple of Sea Captains. Looks like him and Goodman had a few words of pleasantries to share with one another. And the face-off now is deep in the Bobcat zone to the right of the netminder. That's his waffle side. Bobcats win the draw. Bounces away to center now, chipping at it. Nice job backing up there was Massengill as he broke up that play in the neutral zone and sent it back in. And on the forecheck quickly there was Makarenko. Cleared but not out, sent back in there. We got a Sea Captain's player a little bit banged up behind the play there. I didn't see what happened. That's Peluso. Peluso took a hard hit earlier and was a little bit shaken up. So I didn't see what happened. Honestly, I was following the puck behind the net. Peluso back to his feet, though. He looks all right. Hopefully he's okay. See where the face-off's going to come here. I imagine it's going to be somewhere in the neutral zone. We shall see what the refs decide as they're getting together to discuss a few things. The period just 54 seconds old. As my brain switched up the old 5 and the 4 to 4 and a 5. The refs still in deep discussion with one another. I'm not sure if it's about a penalty or where the face-off may be. Or perhaps they're debating what to put on the pizza after the game. That would be a very important conversation. I had a hot honey pizza the other day with spiced honey drizzle on it. It was absolutely fantastic. And roughing is the call after all that. Okay. I think it's got to go to the Bobcats, right? You would think. Let's see here. So I'm not sure exactly what happened. If the linesman came over and helped with the call there, they had a long discussion. Schoonover. He's arguing with the officials, as is the rest of the Bobcat bench. I cannot pontificate either way. I did not see what happened, so either way, it looks like is Mastroni going to be headed into the sin bin, or he's going to serve it. I don't know. They did call roughing. So roughing is the call. So to the power play go to Sea Captains here. A good opportunity for the Sea Captains to extend the lead. They trail 1-0. Excuse me, they lead 1-0. Pardon me, I apologize. Face off now deep in the Bobcat zone. Clean win by the Bobcats, sending it hard around there. Pinching in, nice job by Mazur, but it came out to center. Moran backpedaling at center ice. Moran a little too hot to handle, a little too cold to hold there for Essing. It's sent all the way down. Yoakum out to play it. Yoakum's had a good season stick handling the puck and a good afternoon stick handling the puck. As the Sea Captains regroup behind their own goal. Half a minute already gone on the power play. So Sea Captains looking to get over the blue line and establish things as Mazur now making a move to the outside. Mazur putting the brakes on, looking. Backhands it down low for Makarenko. Makarenko behind the net. Tried to get it to Essing. Couldn't get it there. Nice job by Moran to go down and glove that one out of midair. That was a nice glove save by Moran. Perhaps he was a goaltender back when he was a young lad. He looked like one there. Nice glove stop there. Sending it hard across now. Tic-tac-toe attempt there. Did not work. As Essing got it back, though. Essing letting the quick shot go. Looking behind him is King. As he caught that one right under the armpit there when he applied the Old Spice. 57 seconds left to go here in the man advantage. for the Sea Captains. They lead it 1-0. The goal, we said at the end of the opening stanza, just 5 seconds left to go. Kinahan found the back of the net. So leaning in now to take it. That is Tegan Bear. Bear wins the draw, back to Massengill. Massengill sliding over Kinahan. Kinahan trying to send it down low, on it there. Good puck movement now as Massengill pinching in, letting the shot go. That just missed. It went off the butt end. Pinching in is Hayden. Hayden trying to keep the puck in. Bodies collide there. Over to help out is Johnson. Johnson sends it high and goes all the way down and out to center ice. Massengill now getting things going in his own zone. Tried to chip it ahead. Sent in now. Kinahan down the right wing with a head of steam. Real estate taken away quickly there by Rossignol. Rossignol did a nice job there as that one is sent all the way down over the outstretched arms of Massengill. Yoakum leaving it there for Hayden. Yoakum telling Hayden, please don't pass it. Go the length with it. I get an assist. Look, he's leaning over his shoulder to tell him, dude, you don't need to pass it. Tim, don't pass it. I got the assist. Just go the length with it and bury it. Go. Don't slow down. That's it, Tim. Hold on to it. Keep going. Attaboy. Now cut to the middle. Now kick it to yourself. Now let it fly. Oh! Big stop there by King. As Yoakum came ever so close to getting the assist. Back the other way now, 2-on-1. Here come the Bobcats over the blue line. Mastroni broke it up nicely there. Perfectly timed poke check and defense offense. A great play there by number 2, big Eric Massengill. That's good defensive hockey there by number 2 in white. 16:40 left to go here in the second stanza as Mazur keeping the puck in. Lets the shot go. Deflected in front as Olsen was there for the deflection. That was more of a pass, really, I think. On the boards now, Olsen trying to get the puck in front. Knocked down there by Mastroni. Mastroni hard along the boards. Sending it out there's Mazur. Mazur with a cross-ice pass. Stepping up, poking it ahead there with Stiles. And sent all the way in. Jackson Stiles. Lost the handle on it in the corner. Good puck support there, though, by the Bobcats as they help him out. Stiles on the backhand. That's not going to get out. Moran did a nice job to track that down. Somebody lost their wand. It was sent all the way to center ice. Interference is the call there against the Bobcats. So right back to the power play. The Sea Captains shall go. They didn't capitalize on their last one. 0 for 2 thus far. Jackson Stiles. Number 27 in your scorecard. From Granite Bay, California. Nice, the great state of California. Leaning in now, Brian Essing. Essing wins the draw cleanly back from Moran. Another face-off win by the Sea Captains. Moran winding, shooting, that hit a body out high. On it first, nice job to get to it there by Donzella. Got it back from Moran. Moran on the power play, sliding it over from Mazur. Mazur left it for Essing. Essing circles off, lets the shot go. That just missed. As that one buzzed right over the crossbar. Great puck movement. And quickly Essing rolled right off the boards into the shooting lane. Let it fly. Essing stepping to the outside. Essing's having such a fantastic season. Good two-way centerman who could really bury the biscuit and good stick handling abilities as we saw on display there. Sent all the way down by the Bobcats. 1:20 left to go. And the man advantage here. On it there is Moran. Here's Moran now. First pass always the most important on the power play. Essing, the big left-handed centerman, sending it up to Donzella. Donzella down the right wing, left it from Mazur. Tried to get it in front, steered aside by King. That one went straight up in the air, bounced back to King. He had trouble handling it. Oh, I thought that was going to go over the glass. It hit the top of the glass. Came right down on King again. Couldn't handle the pop-up. Turned into a good scoring chance there for the Sea Captains. But nothing came of it. 45 seconds left to go. In the man advantage here for Norwich as they chip the puck in. Bear behind the net. Sent around for Hayden. Hayden with the puck. Hayden trying to send it down low. Did get it there. Nice short range passing for Bear, but just hit him in the skates. And it comes the way to center as it's tracked down there by the goal scorer, Kinahan. Kinahan getting the Jets going. Kinahan stepping to the outside. Lost the handle on it. Letting the shot go. Following it up there with a quick shot was Peluso. Massengill lets the shot go. Steered aside there by King. Massengill got it back for Bear. Bear's got the man back door. Thought about going there. Slid it across for Hayden. Hayden got it down low. That one knuckled on the way in. Looked like an R.A. Dickey pitch. And netminder King did a nice job to stay with it. The power play's over. Hayden now trying to send it down low. Boy, took the Bobcats a long time to get somebody off the bench there. That power play was over for about 5 seconds before somebody arrived, before somebody even hopped off the bench. It was extended time there for the Sea Captains. Bodies collide behind the net. Behind the net it goes now. Pinching in quickly is Bear. Bear. Back for Massengill. Massengill letting the shot go. Doesn't get through. Bouncing puck, swiping at it. Going through there was Peluso, and it's sent all the way down. Tracking it down is Hayden there. Hayden tried to pretend like he was going as fast as he could to create the icing. Couldn't fool the linesman. Certainly didn't fool the broadcaster. He's a much better skater than that. Here's Goodman now. Goodman trying to step around the official and trying to step around Johnson. Johnson drawing the penalty as he carries the puck out, but Johnson really having a good game. So we'll see if it's going to be hooking. Yep, there's the internationally recognized sign for hooking. This one going against the Sea Captains. I believe it might be Tegan Bear. Headed to the sin bin. Nope, it's going to be Goodman. I apologize. So in goes Mitchell Goodman. To the sin bin he goes for 2 minutes by himself. And, well, he is going to feel shame, ladies and gentlemen. 13 minutes remaining here in the second stanza. Power play now for the Bobcats as they look to get the equalizer. Rosenall leaning in to take the draw. That's Jake Rosenall. The linesman held things up there for a second, but I think we're going to be all clear for takeoff as they drop the puck. And won by the Sea Captains, kept in nicely there by Johnson. Johnson slid it over, saved by Yoakum. As the slap shot was taken there from the right point by number 7, Ryan Yannick. King, the netminder, fires it quickly up to Mastroni. Mastroni protecting the puck now. Mastroni getting the Jets going on the power play. Cross-ice pass knocked down by Johnson. Johnson putting the brakes on. Johnson tried to hit the trailer coming, but couldn't do so, and it's sent away to center. A nice job there by Dutcher. Dutcher's having a good game. And there it goes now, picked up quickly by Johnson. Take the tape pass now. Here come the Baycats. The Bay State Bobcats, excuse me, as they try to send the puck in. That one went off the linesman. Bernstein's having a rough day. Cleared but not out. Kept in by the Bobcats. They let the shot go. Deflected in front. They score! Nate Mastroni with the deflection down low. A power play goal. And Bay State is on the board. They tie it up with 12 minutes and 19 seconds left to go here in the second period. They got the puck back to the blue line, let the shot go. And Mastroni buries the biscuit. Beautiful deflection there by the North Dakota native. Oh, so it must feel like summer out here for him today. It's 40 degrees out. Never been to North Dakota, but never heard a bad word about it. So 1-1 is your score. Mastroni with the deflection there, the power play goal. A big one for the Bobcats as they get the equalizer here. Here's Holton now. Holton, I'll tell you, when you're a team that's having a rough campaign, like the Bobcats, we said their record is 3-18, and you're hanging around, the game's almost halfway over, and it's all tied here against a team that the second-place Sea Captains. And you start to think in between your ears, hey, we got a shot here today. That's all that matters. You got to believe it in between the ears before it can manifest itself in the legs, and then you got to fight with it to keep that thought alive with your heart. That's the old trifecta of success right there, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're writing this stuff down at home. Giving you pearls here, ladies and gentlemen, giving you pearls. 11:48 left to go here in the second stanza. 1-1 is the score. Mastroni, the power play goal just a moment ago for Bay State. Sea Captains win the draw yet again and do gain control. Wheeling and dealing now, letting the shot go, doesn't get through. Blocked out there by Ukta. There's Dosella. Got to the puck and got the shot away, but it didn't get through. Knocked down there by Essing. At the Bobcats with the cross corner dump in. On it there first is Mazur. Mazur. Looks like we're having a hand pass there. Emphatically signaled there by the referee Taylor. I like when refs and linesmen have names on their jerseys, not numbers. They used to have names in the NHL, and you could yell at Koharski. I would never yell at Andy Van Helleman. He was the greatest official of all time. He used to yell at Paul Stewart and Don Koharski. I used to remember, who was the linesman we used to love? Oh, there was a linesman. The guy was huge. Kevin Collins. He was huge. He had to be like 6'6". He would break up fights like it was nothing. Looked like he easily could have been a very good enforcer back in the day. Sent all the way down. Icing is the call with 11:10 left to go here. In the second stanza, you are watching Hockey TV, Sea Captains Hockey, here on this Friday, December 9th. Not too cold out, though. I think about 40 degrees today. Not terrible for Connecticut this time of year. Essing leaning in to take it now. Kinahan on the right. On the left wing with him there, I believe, is Andrew Guy. Is it? No, it's not. 13, excuse me. That's Zella. Back for Hayden now. Hayden at the blue line. Hayden the stalwart. Hayden looking to go right back there at Essing at the back door. That one was just a couple of feet off the ice there. Just missed on the deflection. Good thought there by Hayden. A little bit of give and go. Hayden cutting down low now. Letting the shot go. Nice stop. As King got tall as he got down. Cleared but not out. Bobcats now come away with a possible 2-on-1. Back the other way quickly. Nazar over the blue line. Letting the shot go. Just missed on the glove side. Cleared but not out. Kept in there by Bird. Bird did a nice job to keep it in, but Mazur now, as the Bobcats completed the player change, had room to come out with it. Drop pass for Essing, just a little bit out of his reach. And the Sea Captains recover the puck. They regain the blue line, sent in, giving chase now Makarenko. Well, looks like the Sea Captains may have too many men on the ice during that change there. We saw the linesman giving the internationally recognized sign, stirring the porridge. The best sign in hockey. So too many men on the ice. Sea Captains with a bad change. I didn't see. I was following the puck into the corner. The linesman called it. Wasn't the official. So back to the power play now go the Bobcats. They capitalized on their last power play. Too many men. Yeah. One of the fans asking the broadcaster what was the penalty, and I actually knew. Usually I just look at them and say, I have no idea what's going on. Very fortunate that time. Well, it's better to be lucky than good, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm living proof of that. As it's sent away to center. Knocked down there by Johnson. Johnson with the cross-ice pass. Down the right wing, sending it in. Big hit there as Hayden laid the lumber into him. I always like to see your penalty killers finishing off the checks, although you don't want to finish the checks off behind your own net, of course, when you're shorthanded. But Hayden did a nice job there, not allowing the young lad to get going after he dumped it in. There's Johnson now. Johnson tried to thread the needle there. Hayden read it like a fine piece of literature. Boy, I tell you, Hayden's a really excellent defenseman at both ends of the ice. I really love his game. Really do. Along the boards now, Sea Captains. That's Hamilton. Hamilton sending it back in. Knocked down by the Bobcats. 1:14 to go. In the man advantage here for Bay State. As they come across the blue line. Tape-to-tape pass now. Down the right side they go, letting the shot go. More of a pass, though. Kept in by Johnson. Johnson letting that one go. Nobody in front of the netminder, Yoakum. He gobbles it up like a biscuit on Thanksgiving. And there'll be no further play. 9:20 left to go here in the second stanza. Leaning in to take it now is Schoonover. Schoonover against Jamison Bain. Bain won the draw. Schoonover digs it out along the boards, and it's sent all the way down. A nice job there to win it and send it down there by Massengill. Those are the battles you got to win if you're going to win the games, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if they show up on the scorecard or the sabermetrics or the cybermetrics, all the new math that kids are doing nowadays, the new statistics. And it shows up in the well-trained old goaltending eye of the broadcaster. So a nice play there by Massengill. As the Bobcats here on the power play, Schoonover down the left wing, made a move. Massengill stayed with him. Massengill, another good defenseman here for Coach Cunningham. He's got Massengill, Moran, Hayden, got a lot of Loftus. Got a lot of good defensemen. Hand pass is the call there, as you're not allowed to hand pass in any zone, unlike the NHL where you can hand pass in your own zone, unless they changed it. I'm not aware. I don't think they changed that, though. I think you still can hand pass in your own zone. Not 100% certain on that, though. Coach Cunningham arguing that they can hand pass in their own zone, so maybe I was right. He looks perplexed. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe I was right. Maybe I was wrong that I was right. Or maybe I was right that I was wrong. Either way, the puck is dropped deep in the Norwich zone. As the Bobcats move it around now, looking to get to the back doors. Johnson is creeping down there. Kept in by Bay State. Bouncing puck, knocked down by Norwich as they're trying to come away with it. They did get it out to center. There's Johnson on it again. Johnson's been the Bobcats' best player here thus far. In this broadcaster's humble opinion, number 14 in your scorecard. Wearing Steve Grogan's old number. How about that game by Baker Mayfield last night? Oh, my God. I kind of had it on. I wasn't really watching. It was a pretty boring game. They were down, I think, 14-3. All of a sudden, Baker Mayfield just literally started drawing plays in the dirt. I thought I was the bottle cap. No, you're the pen cap. No, you're the stick. And somehow, some way, the Rams with a big win last night. They're not out of it yet. They're 4-9, which is nowhere near where they want to be as the Super Bowl champs, I'm sure, with their quarterback perhaps done for the year. Could you imagine if they resurrected the career of Baker Mayfield? Interesting. Very interesting. Keeping an eye on Tom Brady, making sure he stays nice and unhappy down in Tampa Bay, so he can come back home next year. Cross ice pass now, walking in, pulling the trigger. Big stop there by King. King getting the flipper on it, trying to find it. As he couldn't do so as Hamilton got the shot off on the rebound. 7 minutes, 23 seconds remaining here in the second stanza. You're watching Hockey TV. I am your host, Scotty Bonner. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you today. Leaning in to take it now is Brian Essing. Essing leading the Sea Captains in scoring with 18 points, 9 goals, 9 assists. Another very balanced scorer. Again, pleasing Mr. Miyagi. No squash like grape. Along the boards now, they're digging, they're mucking. Trying to come away with it. They do get it out on the backhand. Hamilton got it in over the blue line. 7 minutes to go now here in the second stanza. On it there, Donzella. Donzella left it there for Essing. Essing got it back to Donzella. Back for Hayden. Hayden winding, shooting. A nice flipper stop there by King. Getting to it quickly, letting the shot go there was Hamilton. That one didn't get through. Hit a defenseman in front. Now King reaching. Well, that made the save there. The rebound. Bodies collide. King made the save. The rebound was jammed in, but the whistle was blown. So a little skirmish now developing after the whistle. We'll see if everybody calms down and cooler heads can prevail here. The Sea Captains and Bay State got together after the whistle. The goal was waved off right away. As King made the save, the rebound was jammed in. Off-ice officials are unhappy with the on-ice officials. Coach Cunningham not too pleased, I don't think, that the play was blown dead. Guess the old ref lost sight of it sort of argument. You can hear the fans. Not happy. Letting the official know. You got to like the passion. You never want to quell someone's passion. So 6:41 left to go here in the second stanza. The refs talking things over to hand out penalties, I imagine. Let's see what they decide here. Imagine there's going to be some roughing penalties handed out. Seems to be talking it over with the players to see what the players want. He's like, hey, do you want a penalty? No? All right, no problem. You want a penalty? Nah. All right. You won't get one either. Well, it's taking so long, might as well just drop the puck and play 5-on-5 at this point. No point in handing out penalties anyway. Nobody should come away with a power play after this, in my opinion. King made the save. Play got blown dead. The Sea Captains buried it just as it got blown dead. A ref waved it off right away. And then a skirmish ensued, but if anything, send a couple of guys off for roughing and call it a day. Call something. I think I heard the ref say 5 minutes for fighting. Whoa. Wow, yeah, it looks like headed to the locker room there. There's number 15, the captain, Robert Provost. He's sent to the locker room. I think he's got thrown out for fighting. Not quite sure the rest of the calls yet. Be quite surprised if Norwich ends up with a 5-minute power play, to be honest with you, after all that, but. See here what comes of this. So far, no penalties are up on the board. That did not look like a fighting, unless I missed it. Maybe a punch was thrown and I missed it. I didn't see it. So far, there is no penalties been put on the board just yet. I definitely heard him say 5 minutes for fighting, and he threw out. Provost went to the locker room. So we got 5 minutes for fighting, and nobody on Norwich got. There it is. It's on the board now. So is this going to be a 5-minute power play for Norwich after this? Wow. Got to be honest, I'm a little surprised with that call. Talk about a good opportunity here for the Sea Captains. I don't see anybody from the Sea Captains headed to the sin bin. So 5-minute penalty here, 5-minute power play here for Norwich. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? I got to be honest, I'm a little bit shocked, but if you got money on Norwich at home, you got to be pleased. Perhaps the officials got some money on Norwich. Although they waved off the goal, so we can't have that much on it. All right, so a major power play here for the Sea Captains. A golden opportunity. They can score as many times as they can here on the power play. As they win the faceoff and go to work, Moran letting the shot go. That just missed. Essing coming over. King with getting the shoulder on it. Again, we see the faceoff win, leading the possession, leading the shots, leading the opportunities. Moran sliding it along the boards now, walking in, pulling the trigger. Waffle save there by King. And it goes up and out of play. That was Donzella with the quick shot there. So a major power play here for the Sea Captains. Much to the broadcaster's surprise, I've got to be honest. But oh well. Get over it, Mr. Broadcaster. It was definitely a pushing and shoving between both teams. I thought at least somebody from the Sea Captains would get roughing, but hey. Whatever it is. Walking off the boards now, letting the shot go. Steered aside by King. Behind the net now, letting a tough angle shot go. King got that too. King's been so good here today. A quick shot quickly from his knees. Kinahan looking for his second of the afternoon. Massengill walking the line now. Massengill with it. Massengill crisscrosses with his defense partner. Leaves it there. Sliding it over Kinahan. Kinahan covering the point. Kinahan not normally at the point, but slid it over, and possession remains here for the Sea Captains. Hayden along the boards, walking off the board, switches with Kinahan. Hayden straight away, nobody in front of the goaltender. Slid off his stick and out to center. So 1 minute gone on the major penalty to Provost. The Sea Captains look to regain the blue line, sending it in, tracking it down. First on it there is Konev. Konev lost the handle on it. He's worked over there by Bear. Sea Captains on it first there in the corner. That's Hayden. Hayden back for Massengill. Massengill quickly sliding it across. Quick shot. Big stop there by King. The rebound gets pushed aside now for Hayden. Hayden back for Massengill. Massengill walking the line. Massengill leaving it there for Hayden. Hayden taking a big hit there by Konev. Got it behind the net though on the wraparound. King got the flipper on it. Swing and a miss there as it doesn't get out. Kept in nicely. A great job by Massagill to keep that puck in. He sends it behind the net. 3:10 to go now in the major power play. Peluso trying to pinch it in. He does get to it. Did keep it in. A nice play there by Nicholas Peluso, but the Bobcats get to it quickly and send it all the way down. Yoakum leaves it there for Mazur. That's a big clearing there for the Bobcats as they can get some fresh paws out on the ice. The penalty killers were out there for almost 2 minutes straight. 2:45 to go in the major penalty. A major power play, I should say, as Essing dances off the boards, left it at the blue line for Kinahan. Kinahan had it poke checked away and shorthanded. Bobcats with an opportunity there. The Bobcats doing a nice job killing off this major power play here for the Sea Captains. As they send it in and right back in, do the Bobcats send it. Picked off there by Moran. Moran sent it in. Did the Sea Captains have too many men? They almost did for a second there again. That was definitely not too many men. That was no way on God's green earth was that too many men. No, I've got to respectfully disagree with that call. The Sea Captain player was getting off the ice. It hit him, and then he hopped off the ice, but then the player coming on hopped on after. He wasn't over the boards yet. Oh, no. I'll go back and watch that again, but I got to disagree with that one. He wasn't over the boards yet, the guy coming on. Makarenko, I believe, was the player coming on. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before, ladies and gentlemen. I'll probably be wrong in about a couple of more seconds if you tune in. Too many men is the call there. It looked like too many men, and then I looked, and the player hadn't hopped over the boards yet. It was the player it hit the player getting off the ice. But the guy coming on wasn't on yet. He was on his way over the boards, but he wasn't over. I thought. Maybe there was another player somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong. So 4-on-4 for a minute and 54 seconds. That's going to just about do it for the major penalty. They'll still have a power play for another 12 seconds after that, but that really dealt a big blow to the major power play that the Sea Captains had as King there finds it in his feet and pounces on it like a puma. Jacob King, remember, 0-10 on the year. Looking to get off the schneid here today. I'm sure he'd love to get a win here at the Rose Garden. 0-10, that's tough on a goaltender's, gray matter or white matter or wherever emotions are stored. Wherever confidence is stored in between the ears. It's not easy. But as a goaltender, the next shot is always the only one that matters. Sea Captains win the draw. Back to the blue line it goes from Moran. Moran's having a real good game. Moran sending it hard around now. Essing sidesteps the hit, leaves it for Moran. Moran letting the shot go, hit the post. Oh, Moran rang the dinner bell there. Slid across by Hayden and just comes out to center. 4-on-4 for another minute and 16 seconds. Nice soft pass there, left it there for Hayden. Hayden trying to connect with Essing, cutting to the cooker. Essing letting the shot go. Another whistle now. Perhaps the net came off its moorings, or maybe somebody skated through the crease. If you touch the blue paint, it's supposed to be an automatic whistle. I think that may have been the call. No, if that's the call. No, that's not the call because the faceoff is staying in the zone. So maybe the net was off its moorings. Maybe the goaltender had a problem with his mask because I saw him take his mask off and look at it. So either way, we dropped the puck, and the Bay State Bobcats with a big defensive faceoff win. With 3 minutes left to go here in a 1-1 affair. Sending out to center now. Hayden tracks it down there. Right there is Tim Hayden. Hayden for Bain. Bain back for Hayden. Didn't connect as Moran had to go back and retrieve it. Moran hounded there by Schoonover. Sea Captains getting a little bit lackadaisical in their own zone here with the puck. Got to pick up the intensity here. Sometimes, you're playing a team that's in the bottom rung of the standings, and you don't have the intensity because right now I don't see it here from the Sea Captains, to be honest with you, as that one goes right through the crease. It can be picked up at any moment. Sometimes it's hard, though. You do play sometimes to the level of your opponent. It happens. Or you could just say, well, the Bobcats are playing very, very well. I don't want to take anything away from them. Here's a chance now. Back the other way on the breakaway. Walking in all alone. Slid off the stick there is Mastroni. He's all alone in on Yoakum, and it slid right off his stick at the last moment. Mastroni got behind the D there in the 4-on-4 situation. As it Sent up. The Bobcats sending it back for Mastroni now. Mastroni circling the wagons. The Bobcats trying to come out of their own zone. So now it's a power play for the next 10 seconds here for the Sea Captains, and then that's going to do it. They had a 5-minute major opportunity that was interrupted by too many men on the ice in the middle of it. The Bobcats weather the storm. They entered the 5-minute major, tied at 1. They exit the 5-minute major, tied at 1. I bet you they would have signed for that. When the power play began for the Sea Captains, the official got a big chunk. Peluso going in on the forecheck. Bobcats send it out to centers. And Bobcats now with 1:19 left to go here. Remember, the Sea Captains scored with just 5 seconds left to go in the opening stanza. So they're thinking, hey, maybe we can get one here at the end of the second stanza, prove the first one was no fluke. There's Bear now. Big hit there, laying the lumber into him. On the back check there was Woke. This check here comes Woke again. Woke down the left wing, tried to connect with the man coming in late. As the Bobcats complete the player change. They're trying to get it down low. On it there, the Sea Captains on the back check now. Loftus couldn't get it out. Along the boards now, Makarenko digging and mucking. Makarenko run into there by Schoonover. Cleared but not out. Pinching in there was Johnson. 35 seconds left to go now. Johnson over the blue line. Johnson wheeling and dealing. Johnson looking like a hot knife through butter. Johnson turned out to be more like a cold spoon through cream cheese as he couldn't navigate the waters of the Sea Captains. And now Makarenko with it. Makarenko sending it in. 20 seconds left to go. No icing. On the first there is Bear. Bear with 15 seconds left to go. I'm sure the Sea Captains would love to get one here, as they did in the opening stanza, but it doesn't look like it's meant to be, as Woke came away with it. Woke down the right wing, pinches it in. The Sea Captains on the back check, and that's going to do it. There's the buzzer, ladies and gentlemen. The second stanza comes to a close. Your score at the end of 2. The Bay State Bobcats won. The Norwich Sea Captains won. We'll be right back in the final chapter of this unwritten story. And here we go. They drop the puck, and we're underway. It's chipped in. And giving chase in the corner quickly there is Goodman. Wayne didn't do there as help came over there by Dutcher, letting the quick shot go. That was Hayden. Hayden's got to have about, I would say, upwards of 10 shots on goal. Nice job by Hayden to go down and block that. These guys are such good athletes to make that play at the blue line. That is not easy to do. As Hayden went down again to block it to keep it in. And this time it's knocked away to center. A nice job there by Litwin. As Hayden quickly gets it back. Hayden, a lot of ice time out there for Coach Cunningham. A lot of shots on goal. Does a little bit of everything for Coach Cunningham out there. And now he's carrying the puck in, trying to run the gauntlet there. Couldn't navigate through all the Bobcats. It's knocked away by Woke, and Woke sending it back out to center. Knocked down there by Mazur. Mazur, another good defenseman. I failed to mention his name. 4 stalwart defensemen here for Coach Cunningham. That's why the goals against and the good goaltending are so low. Real good blue line presence here for the Sea Captains. Mazur, Hayden, Moran, Loftus. They do a real nice job back there. If I'm missing anybody, please forgive me, but really like the defense crew here in the goaltending. You got to start from goaltending out, ladies and gentlemen. As the great Lou Lamoriello always says. And sent back in there by Moran, as he always did with Martin Brodeur and company for years with the Devils, and Ilya Sorokin and company for the New York Islanders. Not that I'm comparing us to the 90s and 2000s Devils. They won 3 cups. I would certainly love to make it to just 1. Along the boards now, there's Essing. The Islanders are in a bit of trouble now that the best defenseman's out for nobody even knows how long. He's really banged up, so it could be trouble here for the Islanders on the horizon. That does not please the broadcaster. Behind the net it goes now. First on it there. There's Stiles. Stiles trying to get it out. Nice job by Moran. Laying the lumber into Mastroni there as the puck was coming out. On the forecheck quickly there, Nicholas Nucci. Well, the Bay State Bobcats in on the forecheck. It's sent ahead. Moran stepped up through the neutral zone. Got a chunk there, Mastroni, and back the other way now. Here come the Sea Captains quickly. Defense to offense. Essing couldn't handle it. As Johnson comes down the right wing, hounded there by Kinahan. Coming over, laying the lumber into him there was Smith. And took out the linesman, Bernstein. Bernstein, somebody better buy this guy a Gatorade after the game. He's having a rough afternoon. He's got hit by a couple of pucks. Now he was on the wrong end of a check there. It's a rough job being a linesman at this level or an official at this level. You're on the rink, and your job is to get out of everybody's way, too. And call the offsides and the icing. And quick chance in front. King closing the wickets as Makarenko was lurking. Tricky opportunity there. Makarenko got the quick shot off. We are live from the Rose Garden here in Norwich, Connecticut, in the shadows of the Mohegan Sun Casino. Literally in the shadows of the casino. Like the tower, you go out the door, you look up to your left, and right across the old Norwich golf course is the tower for the casino. Quick shot doesn't get through as the Bobcats get it along the board. Sent hard back the other way by Konev. Pinching and keeping it in Loftus. Nice job by Loftus to win that puck. Loftus behind the net. Couldn't corral as the Bobcats trying to come away with it. They do get it out to center there as Ukta. Ukta sending it away to center. Hard cross-ice pass. Back the other way now. Peluso over the blue line. He lets the shot go wide of the goaltender. Dangerously came bouncing out the other end. And the Bobcats send it away. All the way down. Not going to go far enough for icing as Loftus tried to sell it. The ref wasn't buying. Hard off the glass it goes. That one's going to go for icing, I do believe. So icing is the call there. With 16:32 left to go here in the third and final chapter of our story. I believe that was the first whistle of the period. They played 3 minutes and 28 seconds of hockey without a whistle. If my math is correct, ladies and gentlemen, and like Tony Stark it always is. Tony, of course, graduated MIT at the tender age of 14. Tony always says would have graduated at 13, but had a lot of trouble with English composition. That's a true story. He used to be an avid comic book reader back in the day. He said that in one of the Iron Man comics, or perhaps it was Avenger comics. I'm not even sure. I don't remember, but I never forgot that he said that. I'm like, that's pretty funny. Somebody, I think it was Captain America, somebody said to him, I thought you graduated at 13. He's like, no, I have trouble with English composition. Back the other way now, sending it in. Wide of the netminder on it there is Johnson. Couple of Sea Captains on it first. Got it back out in front, letting the shot go. A big flipper stop there as King came out top of the crease to make the save. A great opportunity there for Holton. As the Sea Captains got it in low, got it in front. Cam Holton leaned into it, a good hard low shot, and a nice stop by King. His guy now letting the shot go. Canicorn there. For the netminder, Jacob King. There's Andre Guy with the shot there from the blue line. 15:52 left to go here. In the third period, you're watching Hockey TV. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you today as Bain leans in to take the draw now. Lost the handle on it there as Konev comes away with it. Konev hard around. Bodies collide in the corner. Bobcats got it out in front dangerously. On it there first. That's Styles. Styles lost the handle on it. Sea Captain starting to pick up the pace here, ladies and gentlemen. Pick up the intensity. So Coach Cunningham had a few choice adjectives in between stanzas. I don't think he was happy with the second period. Bain with a big hit there along the boards and getting back up O'Neill. Displeased with Bain. Nice hit there by Bain. Now Bain has it bounce off his skates. Bouncing puck. Bain found it there and did a nice job to keep it at the blue line. Kicking ahead for Hamilton. Hamilton letting the shot go. King. Top of his crease there to make the stop. Jacob King, ladies and gentlemen, has been nothing short of stellar here today. He's been peppered. He's been salted. He's been marinated with a bunch of shots. Speaking of marinated, I could go for like a French dip or something. I wish there was an Arby's nearby. Broadcasting about the third. Broadcasting makes me very, very hungry. I don't know if it's because I'm concentrating, which I don't try not to do in life very much, or what it is, ladies and gentlemen. But at the end of any hockey game, I'm hungry by the third period. Doesn't matter if I ate before the game. The third period, I get hungry. I don't. Does that happen to you at home? Maybe we should have some sort of support group about it, you know, and everybody, like, you know, I'll bring the bagels, you can bring the Sprite or whatever. You know, we could talk about this, help each other out. As long as we have bagels or pizza or something, I think we'll be all right. Well, sent in there by Kinahan. I had a big breakfast too. Or did I? Oh yeah. I made a bowl of leftover taco chicken. The wife made tacos the other night, and I found it in the fridge. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. I hate when I find something in the fridge, didn't realize it was there. Leftovers from a dinner I liked, but it was already too late. It had made that turn, you know. And you got to get rid of it. Oh, I was so happy today. I was like, oh, I forgot we had this. I made a big bowl with taco meat, chicken, nachos, some yellow rice, sour cream, taco sauce. Didn't do a thing. I'm starving. And the shot goal that just missed on the face-off win there as Mazur let it go. Bobcats coming away with it now. Good cross-ice pass, tape to tape for Bird. Bird down the right wing. Bird thought about the drop pass. Did leave the drop pass there. And quick shot there by Ukta. Thought he faked the drop pass, but he faked out the broadcaster. Which, if you're a fan of the program, ladies and gentlemen, you tune in to see Captain's Hockey, you know is not that hard to do. I often confuse myself. But these things happen. Life is confusing. All right, the face-off deep in the Norwich zone now. They're sending it behind the net, giving chase. There is Stiles. Stiles hard along Makarenko. Nice touch pass for Pelusa. That was a nice one-handed pass there by Makarenko. Good show of forearm strength there. He probably got the old big stick in the garage with the 2 cans of paint on either end of it on the string. You know, you roll it up, you roll it down, you work on the forehand strength. My dad used to make me do that. I was in like 7th and 8th grade. He's like, if you want to hit like Darryl Strawberry, you got to have big forearms. Okie dokie. Never did hit like Darryl Strawberry. I was a righty. I wasn't 6'6". Wasn't a blessed athlete. I was a decent hitter, decent catcher back in the day. Decent high school athlete. Went on to play a little college club hockey. That was the extent of my athletic career. Here's Johnson now. Johnson lost the handle on it. Bouncing puck. On it there is Peluso. Johnson tracks it down there. Peluso hounding him. Johnson up for Bird. Bird chipped it. Did it get out? It did now. So out to center it goes now. Knocked back down by Bear. Bear down the left wing. Leaves it for Makarenko. Steered aside by King. Here come the Bobcats now, trying to come away to center. Nice move there by Massengill. Massengill with a shifty move there in the neutral zone. Bouncing puck. Hayden knocked it down to himself. Poured it down to himself, I should say. And back the other way now, Schoonover. Schoonover with 7 goals and 7 assists on the season. A lot of balanced players out there. You don't see guys with 16 goals and 1 assist or 1 goal and 14 assists. A lot of assists and a lot of goals. Back the other way now quickly, Holton. Holton over the blue line. Oh, I thought that was offsides. The ref disagrees with the broadcaster. Well, Bernstein's earned it today, though. He's taking a beating, so we'll give him a break. Moran letting the shot go. There's Holton now letting it go. That hit a body in front, back from Moran. Moran at the blue line. Moran letting it go. The man in front there, that was Hayden. He was spilled. Hayden pinching down low. Causing havoc. Now it comes away to center. Moran misses the check there. Is hounded down there by Woke. Ryan Woke in the corner. Woke, nice drop pass for Schoonover. Schoonover cutting in. Schoonover running to there as the entire White Cavalry arrives. Yeah, for Norwich, everybody breaking back to the goaltender there. Hayden got back at the same time as Moran did. And just in the nick of time as the Bobcats were cutting in. 12 minutes left to go here. In the third and final stanza, 1-1 is the score. "12 minutes left to go. A real good one here today. I really want to tip my hat to the Bobcats. The effort that they're giving, the goaltending that they're getting, is 1-1. They're 3-18 on the year, but I'll tell you what, you wouldn't know it the way they performed here today. Like to see that. Like to see the effort. Like to see the heart. Like to see the intensity. They care, Are they in last place? Yep. You know what? It's 1-1 right now. With just 11 and a half minutes left to go. So good job by Bay State today. You see captain's looking to defend home ice here. Here's a chance now walking in Griffith. Griffith couldn't pull the trigger. A nice job there to step up there by Hamilton. Hamilton's... I've been watching him. He plays the game a little bit of mean streak. He's in a bad mood. I don't know if it's just today or that's his MO. Nothing wrong with playing hockey in a bad mood, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get me wrong. You got to make a beeline to the puck and arrive in ill humor, as my old coach used to say. But Hamilton, I like his game. Gets under the other team's skin a lot. Here's Essing now. Essing 1-on-3. Essing sidestepping the defenseman. Essing left it in front. Back to Essing, letting the shot go. What a stop by King as he did a reverse snow angel to Rob Essing point blank. A give and go with Kinahan. And King with a dazzling stop right there. Oh, my goodness. I thought for sure Essing was going to put it top shelf and make it 2-1. I think he did, too. And King with a tremendous save, and then he had the wherewithal, the moxie, to make the save on the rebound. A gorgeous stop there by Jacob King. Nice rush by Essing, and a little give and go there quickly with Kinahan. These two have had chemistry all year long, ladies and gentlemen. Jesse Pinkman and Walter White-esque chemistry between the two of them. There's a backhand pass there. Cutting to the cooker, broken up nicely there by Melanson. Back to the blue line. King, top of the crease there. All right, Jacob King, ladies and gentlemen, certainly brought his A-game with him today on the bus. He's been nothing short of brilliant here today, keeping his organization tied 1-1. I don't know the shots on goal, but they got to be at about a 6 to 7 to 1 ratio is my guess. Best guess. Best guess, ballpark figure. Behind the net now, the Bobcats trying to come away with it. Netminder King just bailed them out of that situation. Sent down, picked up there by Loftus. Loftus trying to get it out. Cross ice pass to Zella, just out of his reach. No icing as it was deflected. King coming way out to play it. King just helps it around. On it there's Bay State. Tried to get it out. That didn't get out. Knocked down Essing. Essing's having himself a nice shift. Tried to connect there with, cutting to the cooker there was Kinahan, but just a little bit ahead of him. Sent in, and Bay State getting it back out to center. Under 10 minutes to go in the affair. Essing wheeling and dealing over the blue line. Essing trying to sidestep the defenseman. A penalty coming here. Hooking is the call. Mastroni. So Mastroni headed to the sin bin. 2 minutes for hooking. A big opportunity here for the Sea Captains. With under 10 minutes to play, ladies and gentlemen, the Sea Captains headed to the power play. The game is tied at 1. I believe 0 for 4 on the power play, including the big 0 for during the major during the second period. But all that matters now is this power play, this face-off, this opportunity, this chance right here for the Sea Captains. As Bear wins the draw again, a dominant day in the face-off circle for Bear and the Sea Captains. He's been brilliant. Hayden taking his time. Hayden sending it back down low now for Bear. Bear to dot. Bear letting the shot go. King falling backwards there, fighting it off, keeping it out. Good puck movement there as Bear got it to Hayden. Hayden to Bear. Bear right at the dot. Let the shot go. Netminder King yet again with another big stop there for Bay State, for the Bobcats, for the boys in blue. I really like their logo. They got a cool logo. Wish it was a little bigger. I like logos in circles, but this one I would rather just see the big face of the cat. The Bobcat. Face-off one again, back to Hayden. Helped along by Peluso. Another face-off win by Bear. Now Hayden setting up shop there. Hayden down for Bear. Bear off the boards. Got it out in front there as Kinahan was lurking. And Woke sends it out to center. Still only a minute and a half, only 30 seconds gone, I should say, as Bear got the puck. Over the blue line, Peluso in on the forecheck. Behind the net it goes now, Paul Johnson. Johnson putting the brakes on. Johnson dangerously there, right next to his goaltender. Getting the stink eye from King. Johnson saying, don't worry, goalie, I know what I'm doing. And King saying, nice catch, Hayes. Don't ever do it again. The great Willie Mays Hayes. And coming away, speaking of baseball players, hey, good for the Yankees and good for Aaron Judge, ladies and gentlemen, no matter how you slice it. Heard Yankee fans calling in today. You know, a couple of days saying, oh, they overpay this. What are you, nuts? Here's Hayden now. Overpay 1 penny. They tried to underpay him. Walking off the boards now, Massengill. Massengill behind the net. Massengill circling. Massengill left it along the boards there. Essing quickly on the turn there. Essing's very good edge work, but had it knocked away. And here comes Woke now. Woke poke checked away there by Hayden. Quickly now, defense, offense, not giving the Bobcats a chance to get fresh legs or fresh paws. Essing sidesteps the check there. Essing lost the handle on it. Poke checked away and sent out to center now. Litwin. Litwin with 23 seconds left to go. Litwin shorthanded. Litwin reading in there. Might have a slashing call coming. We do. So slashing is the call there by the official. As Litwin shorthanded and lowered the shoulder. Right now with 20 seconds left to go, the power play is over. Oh, I apologize. It's against Bay State. Against Konev. Oh, wow. I had no idea. Yet again. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 now for 20 seconds. I thought that penalty was against the Sea Captains on slashing on Litwin. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, so a 5-on-3 for 20 seconds. A huge face-off here as Essing leans in to take it. The Bobcat centerman just fell down on it. Not a bad play at all. Moran sliding it over quickly now. Mazur winding, shooting. That just missed as he really leaned into that one. And the Bobcats come away with it. Johnson with 5 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Got it out to center, so now we're a 5-on-4. Leading in now, protecting the puck, Makarenko. He lost the handle on it. The Bobcats shorthanded. Now for basically 3 minutes and 45 seconds straight. They already killed a major penalty earlier. That's the last period. Although it was interrupted by too many men on the ice, but still, they killed it. So the Sea Captains with yet another opportunity now. Donzella dancing. Donzella run into there by Yannick. As they dislodge the puck there. Behind the net it goes now. On it there is Bay State. They send it out to center. 1:10 left to go here on the man advantage. As the Bobcats holding on. Doing a real nice job on the penalty kill all night long. That one's going to go for icing, I think. Icing is the call there. So the Sea Captains. The puck movement is there on the power play. The shots are there on the power play. Well, you know what? Your best penalty kill has got to be your goaltender. And, Jacob King has been the best Bobcat here all day today. Not by choice, by necessity. And he's been very, very good. 7 minutes left to go now in the affair. 7:08. 56 seconds remaining in the man advantage to face off. Far away from the Bobcat goaltender. Now we'll see if the Sea Captains can come away with it. They do, but today the passing is just a little bit off here today. It's one of those days. It happens. You play enough hockey games, you play enough, sports at any level. You just have those days where it's a little bit off. Right now it's a little bit off for the Sea Captains. They're starting to press a little bit. You can see it, and that's understandable. The Bobcats just hanging around. Bobcats got to think to themselves, they're one shot away from leading this game, which is the truth mathematically. Well, I think they've only had one shot here in the third period, but that doesn't matter. 1-1 is the score. Just 10 seconds remaining on the power play, so the Bobcats will have killed off back-to-back belly-to-belly opportunities here for the Sea Captains. Sea Captains have gotten their chances. And that's going to do it for the man advantage, but they still have control of the puck along the boards. Now Kinahan letting the shot go deflected in front as Messengill was lurking. Now out of the box behind the D, chipping it up, walking in, pulling the trigger, just missed on the glove side as he tried to lean to his left and shoot it back to his right. Oh my goodness, an opportunity there for the Bobcats. Ended up going wide, steered aside there. Yoakum, that was not an easy save there as it bounced in on him. They'll run into there by Hayden. Hayden is such a solid player. Does everything, he just stopped Ukta cold there. He just ran into him and all his momentum just came to a screeching halt. Just got low, got his shoulder right into his, I would say, chest area, and just stopped cold. Over the blue line now, walking in Bird. Oh, I thought maybe the Sea Captains may have gotten away with a hook there. Peluso over the blue line, letting the shot go, doesn't get through. The ref don't call it, it's not a penalty. I'd like to see the ref swallow the whistles the rest of the way here with 5 minutes left to go now in a tie game. Coming over Smith. Smith getting a big chunk of them there, sending the man flying back the other way now. Down the left wing with the head of steam. Trying to step to the outside there. Ran out of room, did Olsen. A nice defensive play there by Konev. As it's sent out to center, icing is going to be the call. Does it have enough on it? It does not. 4:45 to go again. We see the first pass out of the zone just missing for the Captains today. Now the Bobcats send it down. This one, just in case you thought it wasn't icing, now it's definitely icing. So 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the affair. 1-1 is your score. A real pressure cooker starting to overflow in Norwich here today, ladies and gentlemen. If you got the over at home, you're tearing up that ticket right now, and you're looking at later on afternoon games where you can make your money back. If you got the under, you're thinking, all right, where can I double my money this afternoon? I was a bookie back in college, ladies and gentlemen. The internet ruined my career. I'll always love the 2003 Florida Marlins, though, letting the shot go, Smith. Both as a Met fan and as a bookie in college at the time. It was the best week I ever had. Behind the net it goes now. Trying to pinch in. All the Sea Captains, Kinahan trying to get it back in front. The Bobcats Putting on the brakes, here's Kinahan now. Kinahan cycling it down for Essing. Essing got a man cutting to the cooker. They score! Angelo Donzella. A gorgeous passing play there by the Sea Captains. And Donzella gets the lead back with 4 minutes and 16 seconds left to go here in the affair. A Godzillion-esque goal there for the Sea Captains. 2-1 is your score. Fantastic cycling going on there between Kinahan and Essing. Got it to Donzella. Donzella with the C button one-timer. Oh, a huge goal there. A big sigh of relief there for the Sea Captains. A gorgeous goal. Couldn't have come at a better time with 4 minutes and 16 seconds left to go here. The Bobcats were holding on. And finally the Sea Captains got another one by King. Sea Captains now looking for the old insurance goal as they lead it 2-1. As Moran in his own zone now with 4:03 left to go here. We'll keep an eye on the clock. We'll keep an eye now on the goaltender King. A little early to pull him, but once you get under that 3-minute mark, it's time to start thinking about it. Nice poke check there by Litwin. Litwin with the puck now. Litwin trying to go right up the gut, stepping up. Moran taking away the blue line. Always love your defense to be aggressive at the blue line. That pleases the broadcaster. Sent all the way down. Looks like it's going to go for icing. Icing is the goal there with 3 minutes and 36 seconds left to go. A huge goal just moments ago by Donzella. The man from Italy, ladies and gentlemen, got the job done for the Sea Captains. I wonder if anyone's tuning in back home in Italy. We may have just been born there. I don't know. Either way, I always love when I'm broadcasting. I hear, so-and-so was tuning in France. So-and-so was tuning in Japan. It's so cool. I love technology. Not as much as you see, but I still love technology. It's a great kip. Here's a chance now. Essing letting the shot go. Waffled aside there by King. Another nice stop there by Jacob King. Again, we saw the Sea Captains with the face-off win. They have dominated all day long. I don't have the stats, ladies and gentlemen. I just have my eyeball, I would say. They've won, 7 out of 10 face-offs here today. 70, that's a lot. Let's see if they won another one back to the blue line. Kept in nicely there. Nice play by Hamilton. Got it down low, letting the shot go. King stabs at that one right out of midair. And the face-off now to the left of the netminder, King. That's his glove side. 3:23 left to go here. The clock now, the big enemy of the Bobcats, the big ally of the Sea Captains, depending upon your perspective and point of view at home. Another face-off win for the Sea Captains. This one ends up on the goaltenders there again. It's all about perspective and point of view, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what Obi-Wan was trying to explain to Luke, but Yoda had just passed away. It wasn't really the right time to get into all that. You would think a Jedi Master would know a little bit better when to get into lessons in this, but let's all be honest with one another. Luke wasn't the first Padawan that Obi-Wan fumbled away. No offense, but all right, so a penalty coming up here. Hooking is the call. I think it's going to go against Norwich. They had the puck when they touched it, but I thought that last time, and I knew very little. And the backup netminder's got the door open. I was real when I was a backup goalie. I opened and closed the penalty door myself very, very well. I was really good at it. I think it was my strongest asset to the team. That, and I made sure the cooler was kept ice cold and full for the bus ride home. Back in the day, things were a little bit different. We didn't have the NCAA looking things over. We didn't have everybody with a video recorder in their pocket. Bus rides were a fun time. We got escorted one time from Rutgers University to the state line in Jersey because we got into a brawl with the fans. True story. The athletic director was so happy with us when we got back home on Monday. There's the Sea Captains now with a big penalty kill. Send it back out to center. 1:45 to go in the man advantage. 250 in the affair. Moran softly 9-irons it into the corner there. Picked up now by Johnson. Here comes Johnson now. Johnson down the right wing. Johnson with a head of steam. Johnson tried to sidestep Massengill. A nice job there by Massengill to win that puck. Eric Massengill having yet another good game, ladies and gentlemen. Another good defenseman here for the Sea Captains. Trying to carry the puck out through the neutral zone. 2.5 left to go. Trying to get it back to Johnson. Johnson harassed there. It's sent back out to center. Nice job by Bear. 1:05 left to go in the man advantage. 2:10 to go in the affair. We'll see if they pull the goalie and go for a 6-on-4. I would. Especially, and no offense to what I'm saying here, but if you're 3-18, you might as well pull the goalie and get a 2-man advantage. That's just me. Let's see if they do it. I'm Mr. Aggressive. I'm Mr. Vegas. If we were in Germany, I'd have to make your bunk. But since we're in Italy, you've got to make my bunk. 2:05 left to go here. In the third and final stanza, 57 seconds left. Bobcats not electing to pull the goaltender. Respectfully, I would. Back to the blue line now. Yannick letting the shot go. Doesn't get through. Not going to have a better opportunity than a face-off down low and have a 2-man advantage. There's a reason I sit up here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a coach at any level. Letting this used to be. I coached for a while. Pouncing on it there like a Puma or like a Bobcat, I suppose. Here's the netminder, King. Now the face-off going to come deep in the Bobcat zone. Just 36 seconds left to go here. In the man advantage for the Bobcats. The go-ahead goal by Donzella. Just a few minutes ago. Right now, the difference in the affair. 2-1 is your score. I'm your host, Scotty Bonner. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you today. I love to see captain games. I love this league. I love these guys are good. These are real. Every player out there is a good hockey player. Let me tell you. Hats off to all these boys. This has been a good game. On it now, Mastroni. Mastroni chipping it ahead. Back the other way now. Schoonover back from Mastroni. Mastroni cutting through. Mastroni, I'm keeping an eye. They still got the goaltender in between the pipes. Mastroni walking off the boards. Tried to go back door there as Rosengold was cutting. I'm not even thinking about pulling him. 1:20 left to go. It's sent all the way down. Wide of the net. There's King now. King out to play it. And that's going to do it for the man advantage. Minute 19 left to go in the affair. Minute 9, excuse me. Left to go in the affair. Mastroni hounded there on the forecheck there by, that was Olson. As they go right up the gut, trying to gain the blue line. Schoonover back from Mastroni, cutting to the cooker. York pinching in down low. There goes the goaltender now. The net is empty. And I have no idea what that whistle's for. Did they call too many men? Did they say that the guy came out too early before the goaltender got there? Is that what he's saying? Or well, nobody's headed to the sin bin. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what that whistle was for. It wasn't all sides. It wasn't hand pass. Wasn't a high stick. Wasn't anything like that could cause an automatic whistle. No penalty was handed out. The goalie was headed to the bench. I thought maybe they said that somebody hopped on too quickly, but that's not the case. So 38 seconds left to go. Either way, it'll just be one of those mysteries wrapped up inside an enigma. Wrapped up inside a turkey. A mystery ducking. Sent out to center now. Pinching up there is Loftus. Loftus sending it back in. Sea Captain's happy to send it 200 feet away from their goal with just 20 seconds left to go. Sea Captain's looking to defend home ice here. I'm sure they'll be happy just to keep it in the corner. Olsen, a smart play there. As he left it there for Holton. They'll just keep it down there with 10 seconds left to go. I don't think the Bobcats got enough time to travel 210 feet to get the game-tying goal here. As they come out of their own zone, tried to hit the home run. That one's kicked aside by Moran. And there's the buzzer, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do